Hello, hello. I'm back. I know it's been a while. I'm so sorry for the wait. So I decided to start with the collective reading instead of going into Scorpio because Scorpio is next. I'm going to do a collective reading. This is going to be a relationship spread. So if you've been subscribed to me for a while, you've seen this spread before. If not, I'll explain how this spread will work. I know nobody's in here yet, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it moving because I don't want to waste time and I want to get as many readings as I can recorded tonight. So the way the spread works is the left side is you, the right side is your person. It can be vice versa. So the left side can be you, the right side can be your person. The top placement is the mental space. The middle placement is the emotional space, and the bottom will be the actions or the behavior of each person. Again, it can flip-flop or be vice versa, so you decide which side resonates with you. This can also represent the relationship you have with yourself, with your higher self, with your inner self. So just take it how it resonates. Don't try to force anything to fit to your situation. Hopefully everyone who views this reading will receive some type of message of clarity or advice or guidance that is helpful to them. If not, check your zodiac sign readings, your moon, rising, Venus, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And most of those have not been done yet. The only ones that I've done is Virgo and Libra. Also, happy birthday, Libras. If you're celebrating your birthday, I forgot to tell you happy birthday in your reading. So, there's that. All right. We all have masculine and feminine energy, and the planets are where they are, so we all may harness the energy. The energy is the energy. It's fluid. It can resonate with your past, present, or future, or a mixture of all three. So again, just take what applies and don't try to force anything to fit, and don't think that just because it doesn't resonate now, it may not resonate later, because it can. The energy is the energy, and we all just harness and channel it differently. Speaking of, I'll tell you where all of the planets are because I haven't gone over that in a while. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. However, our moon, I believe, is still in Scorpio at this point. However, it doesn't matter because you can see this video tomorrow when the moon has already moved. Anywho, I don't know why it's moving so slow. Anywho, let's see if I can read it on this map. There's a lot of placement in Libra. There's a lot of Libra energy. The sun is still in Libra right now. Our new moon coming up is, our full moon coming up is in Aries. I feel like that's going to be exciting for some reason. It makes me think of the full moon in Aries card in the Moonology deck that says, I believe that card says that a fiery climax is approaching. So that could be, we could be leading up to something very exciting. Maybe that's why I feel like that. And some of you know that I'm still learning a lot about astrology too. So don't take anything I say, as a blanket fact or whatever. Sometimes I just give my opinion based on the knowledge that I do have, and sometimes I'm on point, sometimes I'm a little off. Well, there hasn't been a time that I've been off, but if I'm not 100% sure how the energy is going to affect us, I will let you know that. So, or if I say I feel like this is going to be this way, please know that that's just how I feel. It's probably not based on anything other than my own emotions and personal opinions based on my life and my experiences. So anyway, let's see if I can get the plans to load. It's moving really slow. In the meantime, though, is this it? Okay, found him. Got it. Sorry. Let's see. I'm going to take my mic out for a second. Battery's dying extremely fast. Forgive the background noise because I know there will be some. I'm sitting right by the window. Mercury's in Libra, Venus is in Libra, Mars is in Libra. Mars is in Virgo. It moves into Libra on the 3rd, which is tomorrow. Also, Pluto goes direct tomorrow. Yay! Oh my gosh. So Pluto was kind of pretty much kicking my ass because I noticed, I was like, I hadn't been purging. I'm sorry, this is like a little rant. But I was like, man, there's been a lot of experiences that I've had, a lot of changes, transformations, and growth that I noticed that I was experiencing, but I hadn't really purged much. And then, like, there was a couple days where I was just, like, super, super sensitive sensitive and emotional and just crying. I was like, okay, this is good. It needs to come out. But it was such an inconvenient time. Like, I have shit to do right now. I don't have time to cry. So I did take the opportunities to cry when I could. I don't think I'm done yet, but I hope I get it all out, you know? So I hope you guys are taking care of yourself as well, doing the shadow work necessary so that we can come into this season of receiving, you know, really clearing out our energy field for what wants to come in. Jupiter is direct in Sagittarius. It will be until December, which is it is at home in Sagittarius, so that should be bringing a lot of good luck and fortune into whichever placement of your chart Jupiter falls under. For example, mine is in my 10th house in Taurus. So that house rules fame, stability, career, the work aspect of our lives. So I guess shit's gonna be good. I don't know. It's not yet. Anyway, I won't say it's not good, but it could be better. It could be better. Anyway, Saturn is in Capricorn still. Saturn is still retrograde as well. Or no, Saturn went direct already. I'm tripping. But it will move into Aquarius not in March, so it'll be in Capricorn for a very long time. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. It goes direct in January. Neptune's retrograde in Pisces until November. Pluto is still in Capricorn retrograde, and again it goes direct tomorrow. Okay, so I believe this site is saying that Pluto's already direct. I think it just depends on what area of the world you're in. For example, I'm in California, so it will be direct officially October 3rd for us here. And I don't know if that's just for the US or just based on my time zone. However, it'll be direct for everyone tomorrow. Chiron is still retrograde in Aries until December 11th, which deals with deep wounds, traumas, and things of that nature. So a lot of purging, a lot of changes, a lot of triggers, still very active. So be mindful of that in your own life and just be aware, be in the moment, and don't let these distractions overwhelm you or get the best of you. So that is 7/18. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. I think I want to lead this reading with the Mystic Moon deck, which I noticed I see a lot of the readers that I watch using this deck now. I'm like, okay. And the Divine Energy deck, the Oracle deck, for a while I was the only person I saw using it. Now I see people using that as well too, so that's cool. All right, y'all. And for people who had asked, no, the bag that went missing with the rest of my Oracle cards, no, it vanished out of the back seat of my grandmother's vehicle, and it was never to be seen or heard of again. And along with it, my Oracle cards, so I need to replace those. So let's get one more shuffle, and then we can go ahead and lay this spread. I hope y'all are doing okay. Please let me know in the comments. Let me make sure I have my super chat on. I hope everyone got notifications about the reading. Probably not, but I didn't know that I was going to be able to film any readings, but because it has been taking so long to upload readings, I just decided to do this one live, and I've been doing personal readings the same way too. So hopefully there's no connection issues or sound quality issues. If so, please let me know so I can adjust that. All right, let's see what's going on with the collective. All right. Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And then Knight of Pentacles. I'm sorry. Knight of Cups representing the overall theme of this reading, of the relationship as well, and then the Knight of Pentacles just beneath that. So this could be something new, not necessarily new, or you're getting into the groove of something, getting into the routine of something, developing a routine, developing habits, beginning to get used to something, either a routine, a job, whether this is like a work relationship or personal relationship, regardless of the type of relationship, the Knight of Pentacles talks about dedication and routine, so it gives me the feel of kind of getting into your groove of something and making some progress, but maybe slow progress. The Knight of Cups is here also, so this does represent a romantic gesture, an offer, or romantic action, or loving action, loving or caring action, gesture, all of the above. It could be an invitation, like inviting you out. It could even be an apology for some of you. It's just kind of very general. The way I see it is like this guy is holding his heart in his hand. Like the cups would be the emotions, holding his emotions in his hand and just kind of waiting. It does give me a patient vibe. Like with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like things are moving slow, but it's like I'm cool here. I like this pace. This is good. I like the way this feels. You know what I'm saying? It's a very pacing type of vibe. So that's the overall theme of the relationship. So maybe it is a new relationship or a new job or something like that, where you're kind of getting into the groove of something. And there's a lot of love here, a lot of emotions, but kind of taking your time with that and just being very patient and being very open. All right, so the relationship status, we have the Magician. So this represents creative focus and vision. And maybe this is a place where one or both of you are at a place where you're trying to kind of really figure out what you want. You have all of the tools you need to manifest something. You could be in the process of manifesting, or you could just still be getting things organized internally, or really deciding what it is that you want. And that could be the reason why things are moving so slowly, or so I don't want to say that they're moving slowly, because they are moving. It's like a steady progression. And I'm in massage school, so this makes me think of how it's so crazy, because we just learned a massage, and now we're pacing and getting our timing down. So if we're moving too fast, we're figuring out where we need to slow down, and if we're moving too slow, we're figuring out where we need to speed up. So that's the vibe I get from this too. It's really just trying to get into your groove and figure out the best flow for this energy to exchange. And there's a lot of love and patience with this. So the Magician gives me a lot of focus, a lot of thinking, a lot of brainstorming. That's what kind of vibe I get from this. Like really trying to figure out, make plans, and really just mentally get organized so that you know which way you're moving forward and why. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get from this. So that's the mutual energy of the relationship currently as it stands. Okay, on the left side, this person, we have the Knight of Wands. So this represents someone, I think, being a little bit flirty, having a lot of passion, just being a very passionate person. This person could also be very artistic. This could be someone acting on something that they're passionate about, or it could even be the arts, like music, arts, dance, poetry, you name it, canvas art, like whatever. Or it could be a person. It could be a job that you're really passionate about, or a person. Oops. Either way, this is someone taking action. We have 3 knights here so far. So I do feel like this represents a lot of action, a lot of movement, but still something that's very new. I feel like there's some comfort here, but it's something that's pretty new. So this is either a new job or a new relationship for a lot of you. It doesn't have to be, but it could also feel like a fresh start within a relationship. It feels very progressive as well. So this person could be thinking about taking action towards someone or something that they're passionate about, or they are taking action and they want to continue taking action, and that's what's taking up their mental space. In the heart space, we have Princess of Swords. So the Princess of Swords would be the Page. This is someone who's very curious. Maybe they're exploring their feelings. Maybe they're curious about love, curious about the heart space, curious about their own emotions. Maybe they're exploring their own emotions, or just exploring the idea of having emotions for this person. It again is a very new energy. The Pages are people who want to learn, eager to learn, maybe very inquisitive. This person could ask a lot of questions. This could also be someone who really pays attention to either your emotions or the way you respond to them, so like, okay, if this is you, this could be so like, yeah, say the left side is you. This could represent you taking action on, like, oh, I'm gonna kiss her on the cheek and see what she does, see how she responds. Like really paying attention to your person, the person that you're dealing with, really watching them, really paying attention, really kind of taking note and learning this person. It also represents communication. So you could be speaking on your emotions or how you feel. That could be very new for you. That could be something that is not common for you. Maybe it's something that you're comfortable doing with this person, or all of a sudden, or in this new relationship. This could also be just you sharing your feelings, sharing what's on your heart, or sharing the things that you desire with this person, because it's a talkative energy. It's air energy. We have fire, we have cups, we have earth, and then we have the magician, which would be Aquarius, I believe. Uranus. I could be wrong. I believe I'm right though. Anywho, we have the Three of Wands in your behavioral space. So this is about taking action. I feel like for some of you it's kind of contradictory. This is gonna sound crazy. For some of you it's waiting, for some of you it's taking action, for some of you it's both. And I do feel like it's that getting into the flow, like knowing when to act, knowing when to not act. So I do feel like there is a flow of synchronicity trying to happen here. Either some of you are getting into it or still trying to get into it. But the Three of Wands being here represents, again, passion. And yeah, I think it just represents taking action, like being persistent and making progress. Like, so this person is taking action. They're paying attention to what's working, not working, and continuing to move forward. So this looks really good, you know. On this person's mind, on the right side, we have the Ten of Wands. So this person has a lot of responsibility on their back. They could be overwhelmed with work, overwhelmed with their duties, or just feel like they have a lot on their plate right now. This could be something that they have taken on that they should not have, that's become burdensome, or, you know, has them feeling very restless. But it's representing a cycle that's almost coming to a close. And then I love that we have the Ten of Wands right here and the Knight of Wands right here. So it's like one of you is slightly more advanced than the other, but one of you feels very overwhelmed by something, feels a lot of pressure. Yeah, this is a very overwhelming, it's like I'm getting by, I'm getting through it, but it feels very overwhelming. This is a woman here on this card, but this is a man here. Doesn't matter, it's the masculine and feminine energy, but I do feel like this could be female and this could be male. So just take it how it resonates. But yeah, something, you're burdened by something. A Sagittarius energy could also be Aries or Leo, but it represents being overwhelmed by something, having a heavy load, to also just like being overwhelmed with responsibilities. Maybe like the bills are piling up, or I don't know, like maybe, you know what, I think I released this thing unlisted. Sorry. Okay. I don't think I shared that the reading was supposed to be live. I think it's recording unlisted. Sorry. So if you tune in and you have to rewind, my bad. That's why nobody's watching, because I didn't do it right. But anyway, this is someone who's overwhelmed with their obligations or responsibility. It could be bills. It could be just having, you know, too many responsibilities and not enough time. All work, no play. Whatever that is, it feels very, almost stressful, just very overwhelming. A lot of duties. Just a heavy load, For some of you, you could be taking on someone else's, because how this person is just like, looks like they're just living with ease, like I can do whatever I want. Some of you could be taking on someone else's responsibilities or someone else's duties, and that's why you're overwhelmed, because you're taking on, like, this person should be helping you. This person has 1 wand and you have 10. There's no balance here. So you could be playing the martyr to an extent, if that resonates with you. In this person's emotional space, there's a lot of deep hidden emotions. This represents the subconscious. This is Pisces energy with the moon here. So this represents things that are hidden and unknown. I think this also represents this person's fears. They could be afraid of acting on their emotions. They could be afraid of expressing their emotions. They could just be afraid of their emotions in general. They could really have some deep, deep emotions, and you know, either afraid to reveal them, afraid to discuss them, afraid to just confront them, acknowledge them. But again, it's the energy of, I think this person is aware of their emotions. So they could be afraid of acting on their emotions, or they could be afraid of acknowledging their emotions. I think it just depends on the person and the situation. Again, it's Pisces energy. I think also, I'm sorry, I just want to look at the card real quick. It could represent shadow work that still needs to be done, like some fears that are keeping this person reserved, keeping this person kind of stuck and secluded. Yeah. Like, maybe, like, this is someone who, like, decides, I just want to sit with my own emotions. I don't really want to share them with you. Like, I just want to kind of sit here. And then when they're with you, they pretend like these emotions are not there, or they don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Or they just try to keep them tucked away as best as possible. The behavior of this person, we have the 4 of Swords. This is Libra energy, a lot of Libra energy circulating right now. But this represents resting, meditation, quiet time, quieting the mind, also taking a break from something, taking a break from acting also. So this person could be just overwhelmed. This gives me the energy of someone who does have a lot of energy, a lot of fire. Like, these both are fire, but this is someone who's worn out, who's very tired, who's, you know, either has a lot on their mind, or they feel like maybe this connection is a burden. Maybe they feel like their emotions are a burden, so they're not acting. They're taking a break, they're resting, they're withdrawing. Because this isn't a withdrawal energy, like withdrawing from society, withdrawing from your partner, withdrawing from a position, withdrawing from something. Just taking a break to recharge. It's also deep restoration. Taking a nap, sleeping. I think this person just is overwhelmed in general. Uh-oh. Sorry. Okay, so let's get some clarity on this spread. I'm going to clarify using the Rider-Waite deck. 2 cards for each. Alright. 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this does represent harmony, blending. So I think there is a merging, a blending, a union trying to take place. Whatever type of union, whether it's a platonic relationship or a romantic relationship, there is a merging happening, whether it's within you or within a connection you share with someone else or another entity, or even like a job or something. There is a merging trying to take place. There is an energy of trying to meet in the middle and trying to create balance. Good stuff. So, like I said, that energy of taking a look at what's working and not working, that is a reassessment energy I feel from this 7 of Pentacles. Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. I believe specifically Taurus. I could be wrong, though. The Knight of Cups is here. That's what's clarifying. That's what this is clarifying, the 7 of Pentacles. So this is someone who is, I think, reflecting on... Possibly, this gives me an energy of like this person wanting to offer love, and kind of reflecting on the people or the situations where they offered love previously and what worked out, what didn't work out, and just kind of taking notes based on their own actions, based on their own experiences. Also, I see it where I didn't take 2 cards for this. Give me another one for the Knight of Cups, please. Oh, okay. So I think this person, the Eight of Swords came out. So with the Knight of Cups, we have the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. So I think this person is wanting to offer love, but also stuck in reassessment. Like thinking a little too hard, like overthinking the action. It's like, if I feel like I want to offer you my love, I should just offer you my love. But this person is kind of replaying this in their head, like possibly fear, because this is about anxiety. There's probably a lot of anxiety with moving forward or continuing to put time, energy, and effort into this situation. There's probably also anxiety with walking away and seeing if there's something better out there for you. So I think this person is kind of stuck. Do I offer this love? Do I keep it to myself? But I do feel like it's a very reserved energy. Like I said, I felt patience from this, like being open here and just kind of waiting to see what's next. But I do feel like there is an internal kind of tug of war, like reassessing, and kind of like in the back of their minds. It could vary how big or how heavy this anxiety is from person to person or situation to situation. And I think this person is kind of evaluating the progress and the way things are going. But I think it's also an energy of spending too much time in evaluation or reevaluation, or overthinking things to an extent, or thinking too hard about it. When if it's love, if it's dealing with your emotions, it's like there's no need to really be too logical here. Of course, you want to make smart decisions. Like I said, there is progress. But there could probably be more progress if this person got out of their head a little bit. Whatever that is. It could be both of you in your head, because this is a relationship. The overall theme of the relationship. Like, there is love on the table. There is an offer or gesture. There's action towards love, but there's also a lot of reassessing. There's also a lot of contemplation, and also probably self-doubt. Like, can I really do this? Am I good enough for this? Am I worthy enough for this? Do I deserve this? Is it really for me? Is this really as good as I think it is? Like, really dissecting the situation. But I think it's also an energy of some fear and just being a little bit too anxious and having a lot of mental anxiety about how great things are. You know, like, is this too good to be true? Because everything feels fine. So it's a little bit of, I think it's just fear, you know, it's fear. So we have the Magician. Clarifying the Magician, we have the Fool card. This is a relationship situation. So I do think this is a new relationship. One more for the Magician. I think this is a new relationship, a new beginning for you guys. You could be feeling very free and lighthearted right now in this connection. You could feel like you have a lot of freedom. You could feel like I could take this whichever way I want to take it. Like, you could be just feeling like this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Like, okay, I can really just, like, and then maybe why you feel like you have time to stay in this energy of thinking and like brainstorming and like, oh, I could do it this way. No, wait, I don't want to do it like that. But I feel like it's slightly overthinking it, like, because I think if you spend too much time in the mental energy for something you're supposed to feel your way through, you sabotage it, and that fear kicks in, and then you spend so much time thinking about what you should and shouldn't do, you don't do anything. And then before you know it, the vibe is gone. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of throw everything off. So be mindful of that. But I do feel like, okay, with the current relationship situation or status, with the Fool being here, so this is new. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is, I believe, Capricorn energy. I could be wrong. Could also be Taurus or Virgo, being Earth. It's about dedication, working really hard on something, understanding that things take time, right? But also perfecting your craft, building on your skills. So I think this represents kind of not having any expectations. The Magician is an energy of, like I said, brainstorming, really getting your creative focus. And I think that you're just trying things, like really not having any expectations, taking risks, really putting yourself out there to an extent, or one of you is, and working really hard on improving yourself, working really hard on yourself, your home, your body. You could be working on even your money, like building your skills. You could be in school, working towards a promotion, even working towards recognition, or possibly even money, like I said. But yeah, I think this is just like working really hard, like really trying to get focused and balanced in the mental space, really getting organized, brainstorming, trying to figure out the best course of action, or the way you want to attack your goal. You know what I'm saying? Way you want to come at it, whether it's a person or if it's a job, or like if it's a promotion you're going after. Like really working on yourself, working towards your working on building your skills and improving your skills, so that when the time comes, you're ready to take the opportunity and you can manifest exactly what it is that you want. Maybe in the past you felt like felt a lot of fear, or felt a lot of resistance or restriction. Maybe it could be a past situation or scenario or relationship where you felt stuck, or you felt like you couldn't truly be yourself, or you need to think out of the box, or you need to have a new perspective when it comes to assessing the progress here, because maybe your perspective, maybe the progress isn't flawed, your perspective is flawed, because you're expecting things to be a certain way, but your expectations are unrealistic because they're based on a past situation or past circumstances that weren't really right anyway. So you're expecting something to, like, say you got cheated on all the time, so you expect everybody that you're with to be cheated on, to cheat on you, but that's not really a realistic expectation, because not everyone is unfaithful. So you could be waiting for something that's never going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And that could actually be a good thing, but it could be halting your progress or halting you from taking action, because you're expecting something to be a certain way based on fear. That's what it feels like. It does give me an energy of self-doubt as well. So, okay, person on the left side with the Knight of Wands, we have clarifying this card, the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So I feel like this is a new passionate beginning here between you and another person that you've taken action on. You're thinking about taking action on, and I think ultimately you think it's going to bring you a lot of happiness and longevity, ultimate happiness and just success in the emotional space. I think that there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of inspiration, there's a lot of growth. You could feel really inspired by this person, especially if they work really hard. You could draw a lot of inspiration from this person. That could really be turning you on, or just really make this person even more attractive to you. But I do see that if this is a romantic relationship, this is someone that you can see yourself being very happy with and raising your family with. And right now, maybe this is just like a player type of energy. Maybe you're single and you're mingling with whoever, but this new opportunity has presented itself to you, and that could be why you're like, dang, but if I take this opportunity, I'm gonna be stuck. I'm gonna be stuck. Like right now, I can offer my love to whoever, but dang, if I take this one pentacle, I gotta leave all these other pentacles behind. If I take this and move on, I have to leave the rest of these crops behind. That's what I get from that. So I do see that you're thinking a lot about whatever this person or situation is that you're taking action on. You're very passionate about it. You have a lot of desire for it. It's a very magnetic type of energy as well. And it is something that you can see yourself being very, very happy with for a very long time. In the heart space or the emotional space, we have the Princess of Swords, and then clarifying that we have the Devil and the Seven of Swords. So I do think you're paying a lot of attention to your emotions, but I feel like your ego is still trying to weasel its way in there, and like, here's how I get it. It's like, just before you get to 100%, your ego comes in and makes you quit. And it's like, now you got 2% left behind, or 1% left behind that you didn't complete. Because it's like, just before you get there, it's like, okay, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, you withdraw, or you stop, or I don't know. It's like, you are paying a lot of attention to your emotions, but at the same time, it's very sporadic and kind of scattered. This could represent sex as well, kind of going back and forth. The Devil card, because it can represent bondage. I think also you have a fear, because this could represent deception, and the Devil card can represent fears, addictions, obsessions, things of that nature, or also just the ego. But anything that keeps us restricted or bonded in an unhealthy or imbalanced way. So I feel like there is like some scattered energy. There could be like some shadow work that you're not doing, or there could be a part of your ego that you're kind of turning your back to. Like, when it comes to time to confronting it and dealing with it, you just kind of take off, you know what I'm saying, and go do something else. You could be paying very close attention to a lot of things except for your own darkness, or your own ego, or your own addictions, or your own obsessions. The Devil card is also Capricorn energy. So this could be even a karmic cycle that needs to be closed. I think it's a self-deceptive energy. That's what it is. It's like you're paying attention to everything else, and it's like it's a type of vibe of like, I saw you when you did it, but I didn't see me when I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever had someone like, they can call you out and they can do the same thing, and then when you call them out, they're like, no, I didn't do that. That's what I get from it. It's like not really facing your own ego, your own devil, your own addictions or obsessions, kind of having a scattered energy when it comes to dealing with that, not really paying that close attention to the imbalanced or unhealthy emotions that you're having, or that you need to work through, or kind of half-ass dealing with it, is what I get from that. With the Three of Wands, we have the Knight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, clarifying that. So I do feel like this is an action of progression, anticipation, and resilience, like wanting to move forward and wanting to take action on the things, on your plans, on your passions, on your desires. And again, we have the Knight of Wands again, so we have the Knight of Wands twice. So I think there is a lot of action, a lot of passion, a lot of drive, and a lot of determination. There could also be some impulsive actions here as well, but I think this represents a fated situation, something that was meant to take place. We have the fixed signs here, which would be Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, and I don't know all four. Anywho, I believe Scorpio, Leo, is it Taurus? Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, and Aquarius? I don't know. Is Aquarius fixed? I don't know. I'm wrong. I don't know. Anywho, this is Jupiter, Sagittarius energy with the Wheel of Fortune, and Sagittarius energy here with the Knight of Wands, also Aries or Leo. So I think this represents like fated circumstances, a lot of luck, a lot of progression, good fortune, good progress. How can I explain this? Because I know how I feel about it, but I'm trying to gather the words. So again, like I said, a lot of action, a lot of drive, a lot of determination, moving towards something or someone that you are passionate about. And this represents just like divine timing as well, like things just you're being right where you're supposed to be. And if you are in an energy that you feel like you're waiting, or you're being called to be patient so that you can take action, you are right where you need to be. This also is an energy of a cycle completion. So this is a major cycle that you're on the brink of completing, and this could be one thing that needs to be done to kind of help close this cycle out, because we have 2 10s here. We got a lot of fire energy, and sorry, got a lot of fire energy, Sagittarius energy. Yeah. So your person over here who feels overwhelmed or burdened by something, overworked and underpaid or something like that, I don't know. But we have the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So this person could be kind of blurting out their emotions, like they could be feeling very overwhelmed by something, but being that the Cups is here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, and the Knight of the Knight of Swords, this is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is a very blunt communication. It's also an action. So we have all of the Knights here. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands twice, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords now. This could be someone, it could be that they feel overwhelmed by their emotions, especially with the Moon card showing up too. This could be someone just blurting it out, like being full of emotions, having a lot, like being overwhelmed or overburdened by holding them back. They could be just spitting it out, like telling it to you in a very blunt way. It could come out very quickly or kind of even harsh, but it is also honest communication, and it involves a lot of love. So regardless of the way it comes out, there's a lot of love here. This could also even be a romantic offer or gesture, but kind of aggressive. It's like the Knight of Cups, but it was an important call anyway, so sorry about that. Where was I? Yeah, so I do feel like this Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Cups is like a very aggressive, like, do you love me or not? Like, do you want to be with me? Like, I love you. Like a very aggressive, emotional, communication. Very blunt, almost even harsh or aggressive, but very honest and very loving at the same time. Kind of cute. Anyway, with the Moon card in their emotional space, we have Judgment and the Four of Swords. So I think someone is just kind of not really, like I said, not really acknowledging, like one of you is refusing. This could very well be the same person. This could very well be the same person, and this Two of Cups could represent the merging of your own masculine and feminine energy, and you coming into alignment for yourself first and foremost, and then manifesting, working on manifesting this connection in the 3D as well with another person, because we have the Knight of Wands here with the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Cups, and then the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Cups over here, which is very similar energy. Very similar energy. A Knight, a 1 and a 10. A Knight, a 1 and a 10. Like the synchronicities are crazy. One of you is like refusing to completely acknowledge your own devil energy, your own shadow work, your own obsessions, your own addictions, your own restricting energy. It's like you're paying a lot of attention to a lot of things, except for like the way these cards are laying. It's like this Princess of Swords, it's like she's looking at everything over here, and it's like you peek back at it, you know it's there, but I'm just gonna run off, and I don't have room for that right now, don't have time, gotta run off, gotta go. It's like you're pretending like you don't even know that that's there. It's like, yeah, I know it's there, but I don't have time for that. It's like, you know, it's something you need to deal with, and it's just like something you just keep sweeping into the corner. It's like, I'll deal with that one day. I'll just kind of pay attention to everything else around here first. And one of you is just refusing to self-assess, kind of, or either taking a break. Maybe you have been self-assessing, but I think this is an energy of like, I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to look at these emotions. I'm just going to pretend like they aren't there. Because the Judgment is all about awakenings, second chances, forgiveness. So I think there's probably some forgiveness that needs to happen internally. You may need to forgive someone else as well, but I think it's an energy of, this is Pluto energy, so it would be Scorpio. Pluto, Pluto is still technically kind of retrograde. So this could be that, that energy from Pluto trying to get you to see something, trying to get you to acknowledge the fault in your own ways, but you really just kind of taking a break from that and just withdrawing from self-assessment or acknowledging the way you've done things. It also talks about the past lives, as well as just our past in this particular life. So there could be some assessment that needs to be taken from past situations or circumstances or relationships. There could be some areas that you need to look at from situations that you had been in and kind of take notes. But it's like, in order to do that, you have to see the good and the bad. You have to see the addictions, the obsessions, the dark stuff, the devil energy as well. And it's like, and those deep emotions that you could be afraid of confronting or acknowledging. You can't only just look at part of it and, you know, continue to move forward. You have to look at all of it. And I think that's what you're kind of doing. It's like, no, I just kind of deal with a little bit. Or maybe you're dealing with a little bit at a time, but it is very half-assed. Very half-assed. I have to say that. I do see someone refusing to self-access completely, refusing to acknowledge themselves and just kind of see the picture in its entirety. And it's not an energy of like beating yourself up or being very judgmental, but also just being honest with yourself and acknowledging, okay, I'm doing this is not really helpful. Okay, I'm doing this is working. And I mentioned something like that in the beginning of the reading, like really assessing to see, okay, this is working, this isn't working. But I think you're harping a little bit too long about, like, in a pessimistic vibe, like, oh, beating yourself up for mistakes or things that didn't work out, when you should just be taking notes from that situation and moving forward, you know, continue to move on. But you're allowing it to keep you very stuck and give you a lot of anxiety. Okay. Then we have the Four of Swords again twice on this side. So double confirmation of someone really taking a break or just needing to recharge. With the action space, the Four of Swords, we have the Ace of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. So I do feel like there's clarity, communication, and truth coming. So I feel like maybe this is an energy that someone just kind of needed to withdraw to recharge, to really just, maybe someone needed to be kind of secluded to kind of recharge their batteries. Maybe someone needed a vacation, or maybe someone's just, you know, that they've allowed themselves time to recharge or to reassess or to gain peace or alignment, and they were able to gain clarity and make a decision. Because this is an energy of planting a seed, of learning something new, being eager to learn as well. It's a very studious energy, but I think it's acting on a new idea as well, because this could be a new idea. And it's like, this is like that aha moment. Like, I really went inside and internal, and I meditated, and I found quiet. I found my quiet place. I found my zen, and then I got this great idea that I'm ready to act on. And it is something that you're willing to take your time with, but it possibly brings a lot of clarity to your life. Could also just be that it gives me like an epiphany, like you spent this time recharging or quieting your mind or silencing your mind or finding peace, and you got this great idea, and you're like, okay, I know exactly what to do with this. I know exactly how to invest my time, my energy, my efforts, my money, whatever this is. I know exactly where to plant this seed, because you've spent so much time in this reassessment. When it's time to pick this pentacle up and keep it moving, you know exactly what to do with it. And this is a very nurturing energy as well. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, earth energy. So it is, I feel like, because of everything that you went through, when you get this idea, when you get this clarity or this communication, when it's time to act, the action or the activity or the action may be very slow, but it's progressive, it's moving, it's growing. Just beneath the Knight of Pentacles is the Devil card. But I do get the sense of this Devil being, using your ego for protection, not for fear. Like being able to differentiate when, like being aware. That's what I get from this. Being like breaking free from the restriction or the bondage and keeping it close enough, or keeping it in your mind, in your mental space, just enough so that you can identify the red flags and the signs that look like they're leading to this. You see how this stairway is? Like, you, all those red flags, you know what the red flags are before you get stuck in bondage again. So I feel like this is just that awareness. So in the back of your mind, it's like you know exactly what to look out for, so that you don't end up getting stuck in something that's not good for you. I'm gonna put my mic back in. Sorry. All right. So let's get Kipper deck to see what else this situation is involving for you. Show me more about this relationship for the collective. I'm so mad at myself for not making sure this reading was public. I really wanted to engage with y'all, but let me know if it resonates. And if you want to connect with me on social media, the information is below, as well as how to book a personal reading. And sorry, I'm being nosy. And what was I going to say? If you ever want to donate to my channel, I appreciate that. Thank you in advance. The information is below. Also, what am I asking for? Show me more about what this relationship involves for the collective. Okay. So we have gift, bad health, and mature woman. So I feel like someone does want to offer something. This could also represent achieving something. Someone has a lot of anxiety about it, though. Not feeling too great about it. They could feel like they're going to be rejected because, ooh, goodness. So, yeah, between this offer and this mature woman is bad health, despair, and concern. So I feel like this is a lot of anxiety. This is a lot of worry. This is a lot of fear. There's a 3 in all of these cards as well. So I feel like this is all standing in the way of this offer being made towards this person, or this person making this offer. So you decide which end you fall on. However, I feel like this bad health, this despair, this concern, this worry, that's what this is. This self-doubt, this, am I good enough? Is this person going to accept my offer? This is someone you view as wise or very knowledgeable. You could view them as very experienced. You could just view them as advanced. And keep in mind, we did say that one was slightly more advanced than the other. So this could be someone that you kind of idolize in a sense. It could be an older feminine energy. This person doesn't have to be older than you. They could be. You could just feel like they're more mature than you, more experienced. Anything else? Main male. So main male is here. So I do feel like it is the masculine energy who's experiencing this despair, this bad health, this concern, this anxiety. This is someone who needs to take better care of themselves. That could be this person on the left side who's kind of not really acknowledging their own devil energy, their own obsessions, their own addictions, their own imbalanced or unhealthy patterns. They could be the person who wants to make this offer. Again, it could be that they'd be on the receiving end of this offer. It could be a same-sex relationship, so just take it how it resonates. But I think the male, the masculine dominant energy, I'll say that, is the person who's having such a great deal of worry and despair and just a really pessimistic outlook when it comes to this connection or making this offer. Let's see what the offer is about. I'm going to pull with the Starman Tarot deck. Show me gifts, please. What is the gift about? 6 of Pentacles. So someone wants to offer, first of all, it involves, okay. Oh, shit. it involves balance. The Six of Pentacles is here. It involves, this is about stepping into the flow and the synchronicity of the universe. It's about giving and receiving. It's about give and take. But it's about equality and balance. It's earth energy. I believe it's Capricorn. Could be Taurus or Virgo. I could be wrong about the sign. Anyway, it's earth. But it's about abundance as well. Stepping into the flow of giving and receiving with the universe. And giving the universe your problems or your worries or your fears and receiving the abundance that comes from that. So I feel like that is kind of like the advice for this person, to just kind of release this energy and receive the results that are to come. But I think this involves balance, generosity. This person could be offering some type of help. They could be offering money. They could be sharing their home. There could be, because I'm picturing the traditional Six of Pentacles where it's like giving to the less fortunate. There could be some philanthropy involved. There could be some, how can I say this? Like someone could be less fortunate. Like this person who's feeling very burdened or overwhelmed. Like someone could be offering you some assistance or some help and helping to take the load off of your back, so to speak. Or they want to. If they haven't, they want to. The Eight of Wands is here, and then the Lovers is here. So this represents communication, fast-moving relationships or situations. And then the Lovers represents making decisions based on love, not fear. Making decisions based on the long term, based on the future. This person does see long-term happiness and fulfillment here. They see it. And it's like, even from the spark of this initial, even from this initial spark, they see that longevity is there. This could be a situation that, moved or progressed pretty quickly. And you could be now pacing yourself or kind of drawing back, or taking a break or withdrawing some of that energy a little bit. One or both of you, because the Four of Swords is here twice. Or it could just be like a gentle flow, like a gentle progression. It'll vary for different groups of you. However, the Eight of Wands is here. This is Sagittarius energy. It does represent speaking on how you feel, speaking on the things that you desire and you're passionate, making them known, putting the action out there, putting it into the universe. And also it represents promotions as well. So one or both of you could be elevating or moving forward, advancing, something like that. Then the Lovers is here, this Gemini energy. It represents merging, blending of the masculine and feminine. So it gives me an advanced Two of Cups energy. And then also, like I said, making decisions based on love, not lust. So it is acknowledging what the heart wants and quickly making a decision to act on that. Oh, sorry. Card fell. So yeah, this person does want to make a decision based on love. They want to move forward in love in a balanced way. Are they going to do it? I don't know. Let's get some advice, and then let's look at the likely outcome. Let's pull advice from the Divine Energy, the Oracle deck. Show me advice for the collective, please, based on this spread. Focus on success. So I think some of you are worried about the outcome, worried about not being worthy and not about not being enough, or worried about your offer either being rejected or not accepted or passed on or not seen or not heard or something like that. And you just need to focus on success. Focus on what you do want and stop feeding your fears. Claim your artist here. Whatever it is that you're good at, whatever it is that you do greatly, whatever it is that causes you to stand out, that allows you to be more in sync with yourself, your higher self. Do more of that, whether it's something artistic, whether you're a writer, singer, dancer, you draw, whatever it is, because we have a lot of wands here, a lot of passion. And so like if it's a love situation, if that's beginning to get overwhelmed, but you need to kind of stay in that energy, transfer that energy. Instead of putting it into this person, put it into your arts, put it into your writing, put it into your drawing, your sculpting, whatever it is that you do artistically. Work on that, channel that energy, focus on that, harness that energy. And if it's something that you're passionate about, that you desire to have for yourself, really claim that. And just like, it's like, let me break it down. Say if it's a person, or if it's a job, it's a promotion, like I really, really want that job, I really, really want that person, that should be for me, that should be for me. But at the same time, you're like, I don't know though, am I good enough for it? Can I really do it? You're stuck in your mind, you're stuck in your fear. Claim it. Tell the universe, I want that, that's for me. That's my happy ending. This is my divine feminine, this is my divine masculine, this is the one I want. And just decide that it's yours. And then to release all those fears and worries to the universe. And watch, like, and just really be open to receiving what you claimed. I feel like the art is either the job or the person or the thing that you're passionate about, whatever it is. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, there's a need to just claim it for yourself. It feels like you're in an energy of like, I'm sure that I want this, but it's like being very modest, like, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough though. Do you want it or not? It doesn't matter if you think you're good enough. I mean, it does. It means you need to work through some shadow work, but if you want it, you want it. And forget everything else. You know what I'm saying? You have to get in the energy of like, I'm not worried about everything else. I'm not worried about all of the obstacles. I'm not worried about the fear. I want it. Therefore, it's mine, period. That's the energy that you need to be in. Forgive and forget is here. So there's something that needs to be forgotten about. There's some pain that needs to be forgotten about. I think it just needs to be acknowledged. It's something that you need to work through. You need to feel it. You need to sit with those emotions for a little bit. There's some forgiveness, like I said, that needs to happen. Some of you are just not acknowledging what needs to be forgiven, not acknowledging your emotions, and still holding on to emotions. I think this is also suppressing emotions. You could be suppressing emotions about a past situation and just really not acknowledging them, not just really taking a break from, maybe not even a break, just really just not dealing with acknowledging them and making peace with them, giving forgiveness, forgiving those working through those emotions, forgiving any people, forgiving yourself. And I feel like you need to forget the pain, but remember the lesson, remember what you learned. So forgive and forget is here for your advice that will allow you to not let those past experiences keep you stuck or keep you restricted or keep you in bondage from moving forward towards the things that you really do want. Instead, you can kind of channel that so that you know what to look for. You can progress, you can move slowly, you can be aware, you can pay attention to your surroundings a little bit better so that you don't end up in another situation like you did previously, because those wounds or that pain is very prominent and it's like it's very fresh. So it's something that you need to work through and release so that there's not so much fear and worry and stress and pessimism about moving forward and about actually having what you desire. Do all things in moderation. So like I said, pacing yourself, taking a break when you need to, acting when you need to. I feel like most of you are probably doing a pretty good job of that. It's just something to keep into consideration, or to take into consideration, or continue to consider. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't overwork yourself. Don't take on more duties than you need to, because that can lead to this really aggressive, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at the likely outcome. Show me the likely outcome for this spread. Six of Wands. Okay, I like it. The Sun at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there is a lot of growth here, but there's a lot of happiness. But I think with the growth also is growing pains. I feel like it's probably healing a lot of childhood wounds or traumas. Things that you went through either with your youth or with relationships when you were younger. this experience, whatever it is, it's bringing in a lot of growth. It's bringing in a lot of vitality and confidence as well, or it's requiring a lot of confidence. But I think that it involves a lot of happiness as well. With the Sun card at the bottom of the deck, that's Leo energy as well. So anyway, the Six of Wands. Okay, let's break it down. So for the Ten of Wands, now I'm trying to remember in the Starman deck exactly what my book was in that bag too. But anyway, this is about releasing burdens, releasing the things that, if you took on more, put more on your plate than was actually for you, like you took on other people's responsibilities. It's about releasing those burdens, releasing that stress, releasing those things that have been weighing you down, really closing out that cycle. So I do feel like whoever has been carrying all of this, all of these emotions or loads or whatever that is, whatever, if it's duties, if it's passion, because passion can be, you could have passionate hate or passionate disgust. And this does feel like a more negative version of passion. So whatever this is that you've been passionately holding on to, I feel like it's being released for the betterment of yourself. But it's something that's worn you out. It's really worn you out. Yeah. So I feel like there's someone that's releasing that, and then this is about like I said, security, stability. It's Earth energy, Capricorn energy. But it's about order and structure. Also saving and investing, learning how to save and invest your time, like really taking into consideration how overwhelmed and how overworked you were previously, and knowing how to balance that moving forward, like really pacing yourself, really doing all things in moderation, really knowing when to invest, when to kind of fall back, when to chill. So I feel like that is something that you're learning or will learn, or kind of get it down. I feel like this is a situation that's either testing you or continuing to teach you, and the likely outcome suggests that you'll get it. You'll gain the order and structure and security and stability that you are striving for, and especially after you release any additional burdens or responsibilities that don't belong to you, that aren't for you. The Hierophant is here in the Six of Wands. The Hierophant is Taurus energy, and it also represents spiritual growth and union. So I do think this, like I said, this is an experience that is bringing in a lot of growth for you. It's allowing you to overcome your past self. It's allowing you to overcome fears, pain, childhood traumas, and it's just allowing you spiritual ascension as well. This could represent a mentor or a teacher, or you needing to seek the advice, or you will be seeking the advice of someone older or more wise or more advanced than you. Or I think this is just you coming into alignment and growing. It could also be like your spirit guides or your higher self, but it could also be spiritual union. So if this is a relationship, this could represent to a successful marriage or successful commitment, growth in that space. With the Six of Wands here, this represents achievement, success, and rewards, happiness, and really like being seen, being applauded. So your growth is being acknowledged. This could also represent your spiritual progress and growth being acknowledged in the 3D world and the spirit world. So the progress that you make from releasing these burdensome feelings allows you a lot of growth and success and acknowledgement. So I feel like you are pacing yourself and kind of stepping into the flow of moderation, and that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. That's really good stuff. So that's your reading, my loves. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and be on the lookout for the zodiac readings. I'll get them out as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me. I've had a lot of changes going on in my personal life, and I know some people just really don't give a shit that we have lives too. They're like, I want my reading. Where's my reading? So forgive me for the delays, and thank you so much for understanding that I have a lot going on right now, and I'm getting, like, I've been to these readings, but it's like literally when I have time, I'm exhausted. Also, my energy is upbeat and fresh and ready to go. So thank you guys so much for sitting through this very long end. Until next time, peace, love, and light. Connect with me below on social media. You want to donate or book a personal reading, thank you so much in advance. And until next time, peace, love, and light again. Bye. I'm out.